What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this page, that means the official Torian Rain Reloaded merch store is now available. To get access to the store, make sure you go ahead and click the store tab on my YouTube channel. From there, you will be able to see all the merch that is available. We have mugs, shirts, hoodies, joggers, and so much more to come. All original designs made by yours truly, Torian Rain Reloaded. Now go ahead and get your merch today, and you can feel nothing in style. It's one thing when you have your regular, average, everyday citizen who commits a crime. It's another when you have someone who was supposed to be a person of the law and upstanding commits a crime that you would think a regular, average citizen would do. Because at this point now, they probably think they are more than above the law. And that is the case with this man whose name is Brian Noel Lovell. And he is a district judge out of Garfield County, which is in Oklahoma. And this guy shot 6 cars before a road rage incident that he was involved in, where he ended up rear-ending a woman 2 times who quote unquote cut him off and nearly pushed her into cross traffic. That's a lot going on right there, and that's just what I've got from the title, so I can only imagine what the article itself is reading. A state district judge in Oklahoma found himself on the other side of the bench earlier this month after he allegedly fired multiple shots from his .40 caliber handgun into at least 6 parked cars while driving in Austin, Texas, and then allegedly got into a road rage altercation during which he is accused of twice ramming his SUV into a woman's car in an attempt to push the vehicle into oncoming traffic. Brian Noel Lovell, or Lovett, was taken into custody on September 11th and charged with 1 count of deadly conduct, discharge of a firearm, a 3rd-degree felony, and 1 count of misdemeanor reckless driving, court records reviewed by Law and Crime show. According to an affidavit probable cause obtained by Law and Crime, officers with the Austin Police Department at about 4:09 p.m. on September 11th responded to a shots fired call at the intersection of Matamoros Street and Santa Maria Street. The caller reported that a white male driving an SUV had discharged a firearm approximately 5 times while driving down the street. Police at the scene say they were able to locate several vehicles with bullet holes in them. The owner of a vehicle with a bullet hole in the back passenger door let police search the car, and a projectile was recovered from the interior of the door, which was placed into evidence. Police reviewed several video recordings which appear to confirm that a white male in a white SUV drove down the street and fired multiple shots from inside his vehicle. 3 .40 caliber shell casings were recovered from the scene. While police were still investigating the shots fired call, another 911 call came in at about 5:27 p.m. regarding a crash urgent at another intersection located approximately 1.7 miles from the first call. One of the vehicles involved was a white SUV with Oklahoma license plates being driven by a white male who matched the description witnesses gave about the previous call. The driver was identified as Brian Noel Lovell, police said. While speaking with Lovell, officers said they observed a firearm magazine in the driver's side door pocket of the SUV, as well as a black firearm on the front passenger floorboard. Based on video evidence of the collision, an independent witness and the victim of the collision, it is believed that Lovell intentionally struck the other vehicle involved in the collision and engaged in a verbal argument with the other driver, the affidavit states. The female victim told police that Lovell struck her vehicle at one intersection and then struck her vehicle a second time after she had come to a stop at a second intersection. She noted that after the second collision, she felt positive pressure on her vehicle as a result of Lovell maintaining contact with her vehicle, and said she had to keep her foot on the brake in order to not be pushed forward by Lovell's SUV. That is insane. Like, this guy was determined to try to push her into oncoming traffic. Keep all this in mind, y'all. This is a district judge. If I were them, I would be trying my best to see what kind of cases we can get removed or examined at the very least under his judgeship. Investigators said the victim was stopped at a traffic light and Lovell nearly pushed her into cross traffic. After being read his Miranda rights, police say Lovell sat for a voluntary interview with detectives. Lovell advised he did not know why he would have shot his gun and he could not recall any part of the shooting incident. Lovell advised the other driver cut him off in traffic and he rear-ended her vehicle. He also recalled rear-ending the other driver's vehicle a second time, but did not admit the collisions were intentional. Lovell was released from detention after posting a $10,000 bond and is due to appear in court on October the 4th. A special district court judge in Garfield County, Oklahoma, Lovell was promoted to the rank of associate district judge earlier this year. That was a very wild story, and y'all know that I have talked about road rage incidents on my page on my channel a whole bunch of times, and they usually don't end the right way. Some of them actually have ended in death. Like, it's gotten that far for some cases I've seen where people have followed people elsewhere. They practically stalked them over and over again, and usually the ones who are involved in these road rages, as far as the one that's committing it, is people who look like this Brian Noel Lovell. Is usually typically a PC man. Like, they have road rage worse than any other person on the planet, in my honest opinion, from what I've seen. I don't think I've ever done another road rage type video that was outside of that demographic. Like, this guy was determined. This is probably one of the worst road rage stories I've ever heard, but not the worst for the simple fact that nobody lost their life, but someone could have. Like, this guy was trying to push this woman into cross traffic. She had to slam hard on her brakes and probably ruined her brakes to try to keep him from doing what he was attempting to do. And I hope his insurance pays for the damages to her car. Like, that's a lot of damages. And then on top of that, he shot 6 parked cars. What were you going to gain out of shooting at 6 parked cars? Like, what did those cars do to you? This guy shot at 6 cars that were not moving. Luckily though, fortunately though, nobody was in those cars or around them, because that could have been catastrophic. But still though, what did you think you were going to gain out of shooting at 6 parked vehicles? I don't get it. Can someone please point out the logic in what this guy was doing? Because I don't know. The logic is clearly lost on this dude. I don't know. I'm lost on that. I really have no clue what this guy's end goal was trying to be, other than a freaking domestic terrorist as far as I'm concerned. But that is insane. But he needs to be removed from the bench. They need to look at his cases again, because this guy's clearly unhinged for him to just go out there and do what he did. And like I said, he shot the 6 cars before he got into the road rage incident. So it was like one crime escalated to another crime that was damn near worse than what he did, even though he was firing off. But it's crazy. It's wild out here. Just all I'm gonna say is just be careful on the road, because you just never know who you're going to run into or who's gonna run into you. Because again, the PC man literally is the face of road rage. I'm going to stand firmly on that one.